we're gonna be speaking for an hour, and after the first 30 minutes, I'll interrupt and I'll direct you as to what to do. But for the first 30 minutes, you can speak about anything at all.
Cool.
Or nothing.
Are you chatting with us too, Callum?
Yep, I'm chatting as well.
He's the boss man. He knows what's going down.
I feel like Callum's enjoying this power too much.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I know, it's like part of the conspiracy of Callum. I feel like when you started with SHOAL, this was always your ambition.
Right from the start.
From that little baby Callum that we had.
Yeah, Callum, you used to be so cute.
You were so cute. That's what happened.
Yeah. You got more abrasive and found megaphones.
And screaming.
Hey, that was Michael's fault, really.
Yeah, that's true. I still have the megaphone, actually.
Yeah, same.
So do I. It was just Callum that lost
Don't
it.
make me cry.
You can have mine. It's so big and bulky.
Yeah, I think I've moved house about 3 times. I've just brought the megaphone with me every time.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, this might be useful at some point in my life. I'm like, no.
One day, I'm going to need a megaphone.
I want to do that piece again. I loved that piece.
Yeah.
It was actually quite hard, though. I feel like I'd actually have to practice.
I think that was actually one of the hardest pieces I've ever had to learn.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. You need to play some Fernie out. That's fun.
It's just all the speaking and, you know, I hadn't had to use my voice like that intricately before.
Mm.
Yeah. Well.
It's good fun, though.
Until now.
Until now.
Do you want my sad story? Well, it's a happy ending. So we have this neighbour who lives opposite us, and they got a puppy. Like when we first moved here, it was a collie, and it was called Molly. And then they go walking at the same time as us, and we've seen it walking 3-4 times a day, and we watch it, and we've watched it grow, and we love Molly, and even Ivy loves Molly. And then we were going for a walk yesterday, and then there was a lady on the lane, and she was like, "Have you seen Molly the collie?" And she just disappeared. And then we were out till we were out there till 10:30 at night, with torches. We were all out just searching. It had gone all around the village, and then we couldn't find her. And then we came back, and Duncan and I normally watch this really lame program about rehoming dogs every evening, and we couldn't watch it because it was too sad. Because we were like, Molly, where's Molly? And then I was teaching now. And then I was just talking to the mum at the end and trying to be professional. And then Molly the collie appeared at the bottom of the drive. So I pushed this mum out of the way and was like, Molly! And Molly the collie just appeared this morning. She came back.
Oh.
Yeah,
No idea where she went.
No, she just appeared and was sitting on the patio. And that was it. She was back, but she was gone for over 12 hours. Very random.
Aww.
I know. So it was very sad, but happy ending.
Needed some space.
Needed some space. Yeah.
She needed some time out.
Yeah, I think Ivy's here. Do I say hello, Ivy?
Hi, Ivy.
Hey, Ivy.
We miss you. We love you. Hello. Cassius was just, even though he had his dinner put down about half an hour ago, the blackbird went 2 minutes ago. The blackbird clock in the kitchen, 8 o'clock. And I could just hear his bell, running.
Oh.
Who needs a Pavlovian dog when you've got a Pavlovian cat? So...
Does he go outside? Is he an outdoor cat? Oh.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Oh, this morning there was another cat in his garden and he was like... As he was this other cat, this Ginger Tom, was at the back far corner and he was just prowling so slow.
Oh.
All the way, and then just lay down and continued meowing at him. And this other cat just didn't budge. And eventually he kind of turned away and moved. But it's just amazing cats when they are kind of in that mood, because they just move so
stealth mode.
Slowly. Yeah. But it's beautiful. And his little back foot was coming forwards and landing just behind his front foot. And then his front foot goes, and then I don't know. Anyway, it was a beautiful sight.
Oh, who won the cat battle?
Well, then I got bored because I was watching these cats for 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, it's a bit ridiculous. Because also it's Cass's garden, and he's quite old, and I don't really want him fighting any other cats. So I opened the door, and then Cass just trotted in, nothing had been right. And this other cat just stood there staring at me. Eventually it
awkward.
went, but
So either of them could claim victory, really. But
well, that's it. I think I might have cramped Cass's style slightly.
Yeah, you're like the overprotective mom.
Yeah, basically. I am a bit. I'm sure you are too.
Oh yeah.
Very special. Especially rescue pets.
Hello.
Especially rescue pets.
Yeah, because you're like... No, I think I just use the fact that Ivy's a rescue to justify lots of things that are not necessary. Like buying her, like... I'm saving up at the moment to buy her a heated bed. That's my latest thing. Because I know, but my dad has one for his dog, like a heated... And like Ivy saw it and like was on it and loved it. And so now I feel like I'm a bad owner if I don't get her one. And I tried the other day, I gave her a hot water bottle, but she didn't really like it, so... That's the next. That's what we're saying.
Our dogs sit on the hot water pipes underneath the floorboards.
Oh, cute!
Yeah.
That sounds like a better solution, actually.
I bet Ivy does.
underfloor heating.
She probably does. They tend.
Do you think? Yeah, she probably does, doesn't she? I don't know. But I'm that needy protective parent, so I make her sit with me all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm super chuffed that Cass has decided that this corner of my desk is his little spot.
Do you see it as victory though, that like when he comes to you rather than like Seb? Because I do Duncan.
Yeah, I think he always comes and sleeps on my side of the bed
Oh.
and stuff like that. Yeah, he comes and snuggles with me.
Does he sleep on your bed when you're at night?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, so like we only have like just over half of the bed between the two grown adults, and then this little cat always stretches out like sideways, like across the bed. Even though he'd make a very slender line along the side, but no.
He's like,
That's so
why are you on my bed?
Literally, yeah. Oh, he's so cute. But so very exciting. So we set up a camera trap in our garden the other day. We bought it a while ago and we couldn't quite figure out a good place for it. We've had it 3 nights now. Night 1, we peeked. We caught a badger.
Really?
It was so exciting because we dug this pond like 2 days after we moved in, and we've had like so many like theories about who visits our pond when we don't know. And we're like, the badgers come and drink from it. The badgers come and drink from it. Anyway, turns out the badgers come and drink from it.
Ah.
So exciting. So we had a badger. Then we had a fox on night 2.
Cute.
Yeah, and night 2 we also turned on the video, so we have a little video of this fox.
Oh.
And then last night we put down some cat food, hoping, because I like read about badgers. They like worms, but I don't have any worms to give them. So
You have to go digging. You have to go digging, Roz.
Well, we do have these little holes in the grass where clearly the badgers have been digging. But yeah, and then so the cat food got eaten by a cat.
Oh, no, maybe this was Cassie's
Is that ginger
enemy.
cat, yeah?
Yeah.
This is it.
You fueled him.
That was also what I was concerned about. I don't think it was that cat, but it's like infrared. You know those like cameras that you see on like Spray Watch. And I can't quite tell the colours, but yeah. But anyway, I want the badger to come back, or a hedgehog. Mostly, I want a hedgehog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like hedgehogs.
You must get hedgehogs, Lucy.
Yeah, I've got a lot of mice as well. Actually, that we used to have my parents when they got hedgehogs brought into the surgery. Like my brother and I were tasked with, we'd go out in the garden and find slugs and come back with bowls of slugs to feed them with. So gross.
It's cute.
Yeah, I like hedgehogs.
My mum and dad had a little rescue hedgehog last summer now, because they never get hedgehogs around them. We've always wanted them. So someone had brought in this little hedgehog that they'd seen like on the road, like trying to dodge the cars. They picked it up and brought it in. My mum was like, "Oh, we'll have him." So she brought him home in this little box, and we fed him like cat food and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear he like doubled in size in a week. He was just like.
Oh.
So then when he was really big, they let him out in the garden and they bought him this little hedgehog house and hedgehog food and all this. And he spent like 2 nights there and then legged it.
And then
We've never
got
seen
what
him
I
again.
needed.
Oh.
Went and rehomed himself somewhere else.
But apparently, if you have a pond, it's quite common that hedgehogs fall in it and they can swim, but they can't get out. They have a problem, so you have to build. So we built like a ramp. Duncan made it. In my dad's pond, like special hedgehog ramps with special hedgehog, like the distance between the little steps is for hedgehogs.
Oh my goodness me! Can he make us one?
Yeah, he'd love it.
He can start a business. When we dug the pond, we were quite careful to like build in like. There's a little ledge.
Oh, cute.
And then like a little thing, but that sounds much better.
I think it's only because my dad had made the pond and hadn't thought of hedgehogs. He's not as good as you. And then afterwards he was like, oh.
I think hedgehog swimming is so cute, aren't they? Wasn't there like was it Spring Watch last year? I'm just so excited for Spring Watch to come back. I love Spring Watch. They had a little feature on the hedgehogs.
Did they? I've never seen a hedgehog swim, I don't think.
It was like a hedgehog kind of hospital sort of vibe.
Aww.
Sounds like Lucy's garden, really. or Izzy, sorry. And and they had a little video of it swimming in the paddling pool.
Oh, cute. Duncan and I have this dream that we talk about quite a lot. I don't think it will ever happen, but we want to retire. And then we want to have like rescue wild animals. Yeah, we want to retire. And Duncan will build all the pens for them. And then I'll just like sit and feed them and snuggle them.
Play your heart for them.
I know. This is the dream.
Wildlife sanctuary.
Yeah, but I think we actually have to do some work and stuff first. So. I really like the sound of retirement.
That's so good.
I think I'd like not to know I had to work. I think I'd still do all the same stuff, but I think it'd be nice to know that you didn't have to do it. You just did it because it was fun.
I've definitely had that kind of feeling like leaving my job.
Oh.
Like, is it going to be sad? Like today, like because I've done my leg in, I ended up working from home yesterday and today because you can do that now as a teacher, evidently. I had a little moment just at lunchtime. And I was like, I'm going to see them soon. I'm going to see them on like, oh, cool, that's exciting. No, it's only because we're doing the school play at the moment, and that's exciting.
What are you going to do? Are you going to have like a leaving thing?
Nah. Just do a little Irish goodbye and sneak out the back. You know, I'm not really very sentimental. I don't know. No, I am with the kids, but just like those sort of events are really awkward. Like,
yeah.
Also
for the kids, because it's the end of the school year. I don't know, like it's different, isn't it?
Yeah, the kids. Like a lot of the kids are leaving anyway. You know, the year sixes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be sentimental for them.
Have they found someone to replace you?
Don't know. I think they were interviewing last week, but I haven't had the latest. Hope so.
Yeah.
Nothing to speak about.
How many minutes have we spoken for now?
My dog's right here.
Oh, hey.
Aww.
But she had a trim at the weekend because her hair gets really long and she looks like a scrawny rat compared to beforehand. It's quite
How
funny.
often do you have to get her trimmed?
Don't know, like twice a year.
Oh, right. Do you bath her?
Yes.
Do you personally?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Are you a fair weather dog owner? Do you just go for the cuddles, Callum?
She's always there with him. She loves him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the dog company, you know.
Maybe she's just really into alternative music.
Maybe. Yeah. In fairness, when I play guitar, they just don't really care about it. They're just like, okay, whatever.
There you go.
Oh.
I love that story about Ivy when she first heard the harp.
Oh, I have to send you the video. Yeah.
That sounds
cute.
Cassius literally just gets up and leaves. Even if he's in the other room, you'll hear the cat flap like a minute after I started playing the flute. He's like, I'm out.
That's so rude.
My friend's got one of those dogs that like howls when someone plays a musical instrument. So like if you go and play the piano, it goes, oh.
Oh my gosh.
Like
That's
it's
cute, but
singing
also how
along.
annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. if you had to
My brother
practice.
once made my mum's dog do that. He was playing his trumpet. And it's like one of those classic videos where you've watched it like 1,000 times, you know? And my brother's just like got one hand like open like bah, 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 and Truffle there is like "Arr!" And then he changes note and you can hear her try to like kind of shift as well. It's really
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I think Ivy's a musical dog though.
Ivy's too lazy. She's very busy.
Oh, yes.
Ivy.
Yeah. Sleeping all day is very tiring.
Yeah. Well, she has to go squirrel hunting at lunch, don't you, Ivy?
Busy schedule.
I know. Yeah. Who looks after your cat when you're away then?
Don't know yet really.
Would you put it in a cattery?
No, actually,
Like-
to be fair, last summer we went away for a bit, and he went and stayed with a friend, but she lives in like it was like when it was like really hot last summer, where like I don't know, like in London it was like mid-30s for like several days in a row. I don't know if we were in the Peak District, and even there it was like unbearable.
Oh yeah, it was weirdly hot last summer, wasn't it?
Crazy.
It's
and
nice then.
Cass, and she was her apartment is on the top floor. And it gets so hot, and I just poor Cass was just like not happy at all because he couldn't leave either. So he went and stayed there for a bit, which was really nice. And I think she quite enjoyed having him there. But I don't know now because we're a bit further away from her since we moved.
I would say we'd have him, but Ivy eats cats. So. She hates cats.
Yeah, I mean Cass hates
No.
dogs.
So yeah, it wouldn't really work, would it?
Yeah.
Cass doesn't like any animal.
I don't know, like Duncan and I were talking, we were like, maybe just like every time we go away now, we just have to go to dog-friendly places. It's like,
Yeah. Can you not take her?
yeah, it means we could never really go abroad though.
Yeah.
But we'd miss you, wouldn't we, Ivy?
Can she stay
not
with your
that-
dad? No.
Yeah, it's just I miss her. She doesn't care. Like, when she's at my dad's, she's like so happy. She just, yeah, she doesn't even like acknowledge me or say goodbye. So, yeah, Ivy. Morag does though. Morag came to stay, my dad's dog, came to stay with us the first time. And I was away working in London and she was with Duncan. And she got properly depressed. And for like 3 days, she just sat on the doormat looking out at the front door. It was so sad. Yeah. Very sad.
Izzy, when are you going to get a pet?
Yeah.
When I don't live in a flat that's upstairs.
Yeah.
You could get something like a fish, a hamster.
I could.
Tortoise.
Tortoise. Yeah.
I had those fish in Manchester. Did any of you ever meet our fish?
No.
We moved into that flat in Manchester, and the garden was all like covered in bamboo. And when we cleared away the bamboo,
Oh yeah.
there was a pond, but it only
Yeah.
ever had like that much water. But there were 2 fish in it,
Oh.
and somehow they'd just survived like for goodness knows how long because all the bamboo had grown up around them. We had no idea they were there.
But
once-
eating bamboo.
Yeah, that's it. I have no idea what they were eating. Hopefully not. There used to be 6 fish.
The other fish.
But once we cleared back the bamboo and the sunlight got to the water, for the first few weeks they were all like really dark, and then they went like bright orange because the sunlight got to them.
Oh. What kind of
So they-
fish were they?
They were just like goldfish.
Oh.
But yeah, that's it. They both started off like really quite dark and sort of speckly, you know, and then that's it. Within a few weeks, they went like bright orange.
That's so cool.
I didn't realise the sun impacted the colour, but I guess that makes sense.
I didn't till I googled it. But
Wow.
so yeah, sometimes we think about them. We wonder how they're doing.
Were they both alive when you left?
Yeah. And the people that moved in were quite keen on looking after them. So fingers
Cute.
crossed. Yeah.
I remember all that bamboo. I remember you guys chopping it down and like, what do we do with it?
So much. We needed.
Were
some
you like
pandas.
responsible for the garden? Did they say you had to like maintain it and stuff?
Not really. Like it was just that the garden was bamboo. Like you couldn't use it. It was literally like pressing up against the back door. And we were like, oh, we'd quite like the garden to sit out in. So
Wow.
yeah.
Invasive
Our next door
species.
neighbour came over. He like heard us starting to clear away the bamboo, and he like came round with this big chainsaw, and he was like, "I'll help." Like, oh, thanks.
Done.
Love it. He was super keen. I think it had been bugging him for years. He's like, "I'll chop it down." We went, okay. God.
I really enjoy all your posts on Instagram, Izzy, with like all the pictures of the amazing walks you do. It's very, it makes me like very jealous. I'm like, it looks so beautiful.
Tell you what, like, I need not to jump on the bandwagon, but the swimming is my new favourite thing.
Yeah, do you wear a wetsuit?
Oh yes.
Okay.
You do? Yeah.
Is it in the
Actually,
lakes?
Yeah. It is freezing because obviously there was snow on the hills last week, so that's just melted and come down into the like. But yeah, it's just really nice, and I can't believe that. Yeah, if I could, I've been down there a few evenings now, and I just have that bit of the lake like to myself. There's just no one else there.
Oh, lush.
Are there people in other bits of the lake then?
Yeah, last night when I was swimming, I could hear people like across the water, but I couldn't see them. There's like a boathouse over the other side, but
Oh my god, that is just so dreamy. Oh, which lake is
it's
it?
really nice. Windermere.
Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, you'll all have
Yeah.
to come visit.
Yes.
My
Okay.
next thing is paddleboarding. I want to get into paddleboarding.
Oh, we're coming up to
Yeah.
Windermere in
Are you?
the second week of July. So can we go swimming together?
yeah.
I'll have to get a wetsuit.
Yeah.
Yay, let's go.
Yeah.
Yay. Well, hopefully, touch wood,
I don't
Yeah,
think you need a
of
wetsuit anymore.
in July.
So,
In July, hopefully not.
It'll be fine.
yeah, I went on a swim on Monday, and it was 9 degrees, I think, and it was like absolutely fine to go swimming.
Fair enough.
I quite like wearing a wetsuit, Callum, even this summer.
They say
In my
once you're-
defence, the lakes stay colder.
Yeah.
Lakes are colder than rivers and sea. But
So I went
I'm also
I went
just a
swimming
woman.
in a loch in Scotland like a few years ago, and it's super warm. It was really odd. It was like being
You're
in a
braver
heated
than
swimming
us.
pool. It's mad.
Yeah, you are braver, Callum.
do you remember when we took you to the mermaids pool?
Oh yeah, that was gross.
I love that memory. Oh, Callum screaming like a.
It was just like pure disgust. He was like, "Ugh."
I mean,
Do you think you've changed
I think
since
what's
then, Callum?
outrageous is that you guys didn't find it that disgusting. Literally just like stepping through like
in
crap.
peat, and then we had to go and sit in like the freezing cold like river little.
That was
stream
alright.
That was
thing.
really
was
nice.
lush.
That was
little-
nice.
It was a hot day.
After getting drenched in detritus.
So funny.
I just remember the feet in the floor on that like
Just
soft
sunk.
yeah, and like well, it wasn't always that soft actually. I was listening to a podcast and I think there's the word for that. I think this is like recorded, isn't it? It's called like cow's belly or like cow's udder or something like that. Cow's belly, and like it really is like that feeling of like your feet like sinking into like a cow's belly. It's a beautiful image though, don't you? I think it's amazing.
I haven't
I
really
thought that was-
touched any cow bellies with my feet.
Yeah. Have you, Roz?
Yeah, I have a vivid imagination, guys. That's all I can say.
It's an unusual cow birthing process she's involved in.
Yes, it's my new alternative, like kind of. I know
Love it.
Lucy wants to go into sound baths. I'm going to go into a
Yeah.
cow
I
belly.
would quite like to go to a sound bath just out of interest.
No, I thought it was a new business venture.
Yeah, we could do
Yeah.
it, guys.
Get some gongs.
Yeah.
Or just peat. I think we just need to bathe Callum in peat again because that was just so joyous.
alright.
I
Sensory
swear in some
experience.
luxury spa you'd spend a lot of money for that experience, Callum.
That's what we told him at the time.
Wasn't having anything.
We said it's good for your skin. It's good for your feet. But
It was like the saddest thing because we had like hiked like specifically to go to the mermaid's pool
The
because it
mermaid's
sounded
pool.
so idyllic, and like we'd like
Gross.
trepped down off the path like through the really scraggly
yeah.
Oh.
the bracken and
Not
whatnot.
good.
Yeah, that was anticlimactic, disappointing,
But anyway.
and also no
yeah.
mermaids. No mermaids.
That
Maybe
we
Callum
saw.
was the mermaid at heart.
Oh my gosh. That laugh. I think you've just revealed something, Lucy.
Yeah.
Are you a mermaid? Helen? It's not a no.
You can buy like, have you seen them like mermaid tails to swim with?
Mm.
We could get you one, Callum.
We could go back there.
Yeah, put you in the peat with a mermaid tail on.
Was there even any
Performance
water
piece.
in that pool? It was just like...
Album cover.
It was literally just a puddle of pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Izzy and I swam in it. We had a proper swim.
We did actually.
We did.
Did Callum not
I
swim?
mean, it wasn't pleasant, but
No, he was like, ah! Ah!
he was like,
It was...
Just every time you made a step, it was like.
It's like my cat throwing up.
Go back there and record the sounds.
Of Callum. Yeah. Could be quite an interesting piece, right?
Guess what's happening in this piece?
Yeah. We could airdrop Callum into loads of unusual, wild places and then just record the sounds and people guess where he's gone.
That sounds brilliant.
Yeah, I'm up for that, yeah.
Okay.
I think ITV would buy that.
Sounds like I'm a celebrity.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Or that like Whose House Is It game show. It's a bit like that.
What's that?
It's not called Whose House Is It, but there's 4 people and say they're all called like Tom, and they have to try and convince the other people watching that it's their house that they live in. So they're like, I'm Tom and this is my house. And the next person's like, I'm Tom and this is my house. But it's all the same house. And I
Have
haven't
they seen the
actually watched
house
it. I just saw
before?
a trailer. I don't know. Presumably one of them has. Obviously.
Yeah, because I was
But
just
don't know
thinking,
about
because
the
if you're
other
like,
3.
and this is my bed, like, what are the rooms and stuff?
Yeah. I haven't seen the full thing. It must be really...
Terrible.
But I was just like, how have they made a game show from that? So yeah, I think
Yeah.
Callum,
What do they win
where is
then?
Callum?
Like,
don't
if they
know.
manage to convince
The
people,
house.
do they
No.
win the...
No,
Imagine
no,
if they
no,
won
no,
the
no.
house.
Imagine.
I don't know.
Imagine if they won the house off the... That would be a bit controversial, wouldn't it?
Brutal.
People love these house, like, reality TV shows, though, don't they? Like, kind of looking around other people's homes. We're just
yeah.
nosy.
Yeah, I quite like it too.
People love
I just
it.
think like it's so interesting seeing like all the things that make people tick and make people think it's a home for them as well.
Yeah.
Because it's really, I find it really interesting because it says a lot about the people, doesn't it, as well?
What have you done to your home that you think is like...
It's falling apart.
You've got a harp studio.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Well, there you
that's
go.
true.
That's very
That is
Lucy.
true. Yeah. Made the album. And then we're like reviving the old pigsty and stuff. So
There you
that we can
go.
have the,
Aw.
yeah. And we'll make it
That's
safer.
nice.
That probably by rewiring. So what does that mean? We're boring. Like,
It means you value your lives.
Responsible.
that's
Want
true.
your house to burn down?
And you have a business as well.
Yeah. Don't know how that goes with insurance.
You've done it though, right? So it's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, no, but you know what I mean? Like, also, like, when you watch those programs and people walk in and they're like, I love it. And you, especially with certain houses, I'm just like, this is my worst nightmare. But then for them, it's
Yeah.
like their dream home. I just find it really interesting.
All of those houses on Instagram that are just like perfect grey. You know, like grey carpet, grey sofa, white walls. You're like, oh my god. I don't know. Of course, you 3 might love that, but I don't. You're sat there like, that's my dream home.
Yeah, that is my house. That's half redecorated.
That's why we painted the walls orange in our house. Yeah.
Did you paint all your house?
No, just in here, just orange.
It always
I like
looks
the
so
orange.
bright. I like it, yeah. My bedroom, when I was a teenager, I painted that orange.
Yeah.
I just decided it needed to be, I don't know, Dutch orange it's called. It's quite fancy.
Ooh.
Yeah, that does sound fancy.
Yeah. It's just like sunny. It's like, it makes me smile. There's either something bright orange or bright yellow in every room. We've got like a bright yellow chair, like an armchair. Well, our bedding is like kind of yellow, like
that's so
turmeric yellow.
cute.
Actually, not the bathroom. And then we've got like some crockery that's always out in the kitchen. Yeah, Seb pointed out the other day. He's like, you realise in every room there's something that's like I have a bit
That's
of an
nice.
obsession.
Who's in charge of like your house stuff? Is like you or Seb?
What do you mean in charge?
Of like the decorating, who has more say?
It's quite mutual. I mean, in here it was definitely me actually. Yeah, I pushed it because I work in here a lot, I guess. Mind you, his harpsichord and whatnot, but yeah.
So we've now been speaking for 30 minutes.
Ooh, time
What's
flies.
gonna happen?
Now what?
And so I am going to message you all.
Is it a murder mystery?
Do we have to open Facebook?
No, it's in
Cluedo.
the Zoom chat.
okay.
A YouTube link.
Ooh,
Right.
Have you all opened it up?
You haven't.
I haven't got one
I
yet.
don't have anything.
Oh, okay.
Is this part of the game,
Let me
Callum?
send it again. Yeah.
Hello.
So
you
it's the
should
same
have
one
it
for
now.
Oh,
everyone.
yes. Okay. Do we open it now?
Yep.
Uh-oh. I hope it's not us.
I hope it's not explicit.
I was going to say, yeah. Should we have consented to anything?
Mine's
Do you
just
want us to
loading
play
very
it?
slowly.
It should already be streaming.
It's us.
Oh, right.
Is it?
So, for the first conversation, our conversations have been monitored. And so now for the second half of our conversation, we have to try and represent the percentages, which you'll see under goal percentage, in our speech. So I've spoken for 9% of the time, and as Michael changes them, what he's actually going to do now is swap them around so that, so for example, I've spoken the least up to now, and now I have to speak the most. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Where are the ones that are assigned to us? How do we see them then?
That's under goal percentage, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Right. And then actual is the first column that's just
My-
been reset.
do your goals just say 0? Oh, they change it. Oh, sorry, I get it.
Yeah.
This is so clever. So is
Yes.
this like a live stream of Michael's thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So Michael's behind the scenes.
Are Roz and I being told to shut up? Stop saying
I
your
guess it's
lame
just-
rambling stories about your dogs.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no one cares.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So now
Look
it's
at
changing
that.
quite fast.
Oh
Ooh.
my gosh.
I'm just going to keep
So
talking
what?
till I
So
reach 25%.
Izzy and I have to speak.
Shush,
lots.
Callum. I'm talking.
No, let me talk, please. I actually have a camera trap story as well, although it's not as exciting as yours was. I think we've got some blue tits nesting in our bird box we put up last year, so we're going to put up. We're going to do it. We're going to put up a camera trap, so if you can see them jumping in.
Cute.
But we did put one up last
Apparently
summer,
everyone's been... Sorry.
and we got some squirrels. Nothing that exciting.
Ours has only been up at night time recently.
Apparently everyone's been seeing swallows this week, but I haven't seen any yet.
No, I haven't seen any swallows.
I guess sorry. I guess they come back sooner down south. But
Yeah, we've had
Yeah,
them.
we've had swallows here for quite a while.
I haven't seen any swallows around here. My dad normally gets loads, and they nest in the barn, and we had little
Yeah.
cameras watching them. They're cute.
well, I went to a wildlife talk like online the other week, and apparently because it had been so dry for the past few weeks, they were actually saying to people that they should put out little dishes of mud for the swallows to build their nest.
Oh, really?
Oh, cute.
Because as much as they can find like earth, they haven't got like wet mud to build their nests with. So because it had been so warm.
That's really interesting.
What was that talk?
Cumbria Wildlife Trust, and they'd been doing talks through lockdown, which I hadn't seen, about what you could spot like literally out of your window. And then this one was like, as we're allowed to venture further afield, what can we see? What animals? But it's nice going to like the local one because, you know, they were literally saying like, if you go to this spot on this lake, you'll see this, or like, this is where I spotted these birds. And it's so specific. And like this time of year, the guy was like, just yesterday, I spotted my first, you know, whatever.
Oh.
It's cool. I didn't realise that the Wildlife Trust had so many like local wildlife trusts.
No, I didn't know that. That's really cute.
Yeah.
I like the swifts. The swifts are like my favourite when they come.
Yeah.
I just really like swifts. They're very pretty.
I should really be speaking more. My percentage is just going down so quickly.
I was bang on 9% a moment ago, and I was like, yeah.
It's really stressful. Also, my microphone does this thing where like I'm not talking and then it goes like that, and I think I'm just breathing loudly, and it counts that as a contribution.
Is the target to have our goal percentage right all the way through, or just by the end of the conversation?
Look,
What's the strategy here?
Oh, Izzy's getting competitive.
Guess that's up to you.
I'm guessing it's at the end.
Could I just play some music on my phone into my
No, that's
microphone?
cheating.
No, Callum. You've got to talk and interact with us.
Oh no.
I didn't tell you guys. We went to NEP on Bank Holiday Monday.
No.
Oh yeah, was it good?
It was amazing. Yeah, I know. We saw loads of swallows there, like in the tree. Yeah, we got there, and we got there at 4:30, and as soon as we walked in, we
morning?
were just like, hit with like the nightingales. Like,
Oh.
that's me not speaking, but that's the nightingales. And then we heard loads of cuckoos, like cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. Yeah, it was amazing. But yeah, it was actually much better the second time than the first time. So you should all go for a second time.
And recommended. Come on, Callum. What are you going to tell us about?
What am I going to tell you? Tell you a
I'm
story.
trying to think.
Tell
us about your project with Mark.
The album.
Tell us about each track in detail.
Tell all of it.
Or how are you going to go forward? Do you think you guys will keep collaborating? Like.
Yeah, I think so. We haven't had a project evaluation yet, so we haven't decided. But I think we'd like to do some live stuff together. And it's been.
What does Mark do now? Like, what's he interested in? What does he do?
Well, right now he's on Shetland, doing
nice.
helping doing some lambing. I hope you won't mind me saying. Yeah. So. Yeah, because it was great, like working on some albums, but being online, it was a bit tricky and not the yeah. We did the best we could, but it would be better. Yeah.
It's still really useful to have done though, like we said with SHOAL, so you know what you can do online and what you can't, like because it makes more things possible and I think still useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can definitely see places like, not just us, but like places in my life where I think Zoom is still going to come in handy, you know. Even if everything did kind of completely go back to normal, I think there would still be places where I was like, actually, Zoom works quite well.
I think it's really good for things like teaching, where to maintain the continuity, you know, if it's just, or like meetings and stuff, like, you know, when you're doing creative projects where it's like, actually, we don't need to be together from the beginning. It's like, actually, we could sort out a lot of logistics. And then when you meet, like, you have more energy because you know, you're more focused, I think. I quite
That's
like
it. Yeah, and realising that you don't have to travel to every single thing. It's got to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think I've realised that I actually like just being a hermit and a recluse and just being at home with the dog. And occasionally I talk to Duncan. But yeah, I think I was like, I thought I enjoyed this like lifestyle of like travelling and seeing and meeting. And I do. But then I was like, actually, I do really enjoy just not doing anything for long periods of time.
It's balance, isn't it? Like that weekend that we were all in Derby and then in Leeds, like that was so nice just to go somewhere different and see different people. But yeah, I was also like, I'd forgotten how tiring it was. Or maybe
Yeah.
I've just got out of the habit. I don't know.
It's sort of like, I enjoy, like even today, like I was just playing for an hour up in Dewsbury, and like the playing is always fine. Like once I'm sitting at my harp and play it, it's all the like logistics of like driving there, getting stuck in traffic, parking. It's just draining, and it's not fun or creative or anything. I'm just like,
Yeah. So tell us about the album, Callum. What's on it?
What's on it? So there are actually 2 albums.
Ooh.
oh, look
A
at you,
double
big old
album.
productive.
So the first album is just field recordings of Mark and I singing in different locations. I was in Dunwich, in Suffolk, I was in Tentsmuir, in Scotland. Definitely influenced by last year's Spring Watch. And so
I think that was Autumn Watch, actually.
Was it Autumn Watch? Oh.
Because it was Michaela.
Oh.
She was at Tentsmuir.
And so the first track is of Mark singing in 4 different locations. And then I sing in 4 different locations as well, and we to draw parallels between ourselves. So we're kind of like, we're trying to connect in some way over the distance through our immediate surroundings and locations. And then
Are the
there's also,
locations like linked? So, oh, sorry, I was just saying, are your
Yeah.
locations like linked? Your 4 and his 4?
yeah, so we tried to use similar environments. So like if you're in woodland or on the beach or on the heathland, something like that. And we also, because we did it on the winter solstice, so we travelled with the sun as well. So if we were to draw maps, we both moved in similar directions. And then there was also this another aspect to it, whereby at the start of the day we tried focusing on our bodily sounds. So we strapped contact mics to our chests so we could hear our heartbeats in our headphones. And we also, and then as the day progressed, we stopped doing that, listened more to our surroundings, and to accompany that, because we had scores to remind us of our pitches, we gradually folded up the scores, but tried to maintain amount of time for each performance. And the extra time was included improvisation with sounds that you could hear. And then the second album takes each landscape that we sang in and tries to bring together our voices and the environmental sounds together, but also kind of like expands it as well into like one instrument. So you kind of like lose like all of the field recording and like the sense of place, but it's interesting to see how those 2 things kind of influence one another. And like it meant that I made compositional decisions that I like wouldn't have made had I not like used those environmental sounds or the way Mark or I was interacting with the landscape. Although one person who I asked about the album, the second album seemed quite parasitic, kind of compared to the first album.
The difficult second album.
Yeah.
Are they on Bandcamp?
They are, yeah. Free to listen to.
Are they? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll put them on
Although we did,
while I'm driving early in the morning.
Oh,
No,
God.
it sounds like a really nice kind of like peaceful start to the day.
Yeah, maybe.
Or not. I don't know what you're doing. Actually, after we
Callum's
did
heard
that
them.
layer class, that layer project, Callum, I don't know if yours would be peaceful.
They are pretty,
Hey,
yeah,
Ivy.
pretty minimal.
I'll say no.
Oh.
Hello.
we had a bit of an incident last night because she got all disturbed because we've been out looking for the dog, and then she came in and weed on the carpet.
Oh, she was
Right.
jealous.
A bit jealous, weren't you? So she asserted her dominance by weeing on the carpet.
Nice.
That sounds really cool, Callum. Are you glad you did it? Like, did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Learned a lot. Hadn't like mixed or mastered an album or done anything like that before, so
And now you can teach us.
well, hopefully I can teach you what I know.
Did you do any, like, did you just teach yourself? Like, how did you learn how to do it all?
Yeah, pretty much. Just YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But also because we were like mixing and mastering field recordings, and a lot of the advice out there is for like how to master a rock band or something like that. So we kind of had to be a bit.
What are your top tips for field recording mastering then?
I think the thing that we were the most creative with was where we panned our voices because we recorded stereo for like the environmental sounds, and we also had clip-on mics to capture our voices. And depending on where the environmental sounds were or kind of what sort of effect we wanted to have, meant that we could position the like our voice in different places, and that was quite interesting as it changed across the album. Yeah, there was a lot more mixing and mastering on the second album, working with like solo instruments. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded really good in the Ash piece, like compared to what the Ash piece recording. You know, like so we could hear all the parts. I hadn't really realised what mastering and mixing and all that was until I heard it, and I was like, oh, I kind of see now.
Can hear everything. Yay.
Yeah.
It takes
was
so
di-
much
it-
skill.
Yeah, it also, it made me realise that we were interacting even more than because, you know, when you're listening, I was like, actually, I don't think I can simultaneously listen to three people, I realised. And then it was like interesting because you could hear like different dialogue and like different relationships within it that I hadn't even noticed when we were playing. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, they were doing that thing. Cool.
Yay.
I've just realised, are we meant to be doing the goal percentage for silence as well?
Yeah, I also realised that a
dear.
few minutes ago. Does that mean we have to be quieter?
Should we meditate
to
for a
talk.
minute?
Are we meant to plan it? Is that your
Someone getting points for the clock.
Oh crap.
I don't understand why my sound waves are so big. I literally wasn't doing anything.
Is it slightly behind?
I think
Yeah,
so.
it looks like it's lagging a bit.
Oh, hang.
Oh, I swear it's going up.
Yeah. So we need to talk more, right?
Oh no. I guess.
We've got too much silence, no?
That makes more sense because like, everyone else is underneath their targets, apart from Lucy.
Yeah.
Like, Izzy needs
oh,
to
guys,
speak
we
more.
need to talk an awful lot
Oh, yeah.
more.
Izzy used to speak more.
I know. We need to do
Izzy,
that.
what are you doing in summer, Izzy? Tell us about yourself, because
What
you're
are
always
you
going
doing in
somewhere
summer?
nice. Yeah.
Like hairdresser
yeah.
conversation. I love it.
What are you doing in the summer?
Nice.
Are you going to Northumberland? No, you're not. I know where you're going.
Go
I'm
on.
sorry, I've just taken over again. This is what those percentages mean. You used to go to a cute little fishing town on the northeast coast, but now it's become more touristy, so you've moved up away from the tourists, and there's like,
have
you found
indeed.
another one.
We are. Yeah, so we're going to, fingers crossed, touch wood. We're going to Fife, the south side. And yeah, it's like just down from Anstruther, which is meant to be like the best fish and chip shop in the world. So we always go there for fish and chips anyway. And yeah, it's just nice. There's the Fife Coastal Path that we always go around. And a nice little pottery. and puffins, although we always go too late in the year for the puffins, and gannets on Bass Rock. So yeah, fingers crossed that will be a week.
Are you staying in a
August.
cottage?
Yeah, just like an Airbnb that we've booked.
Nice.
Yeah, like I say, touch all the wood. I want to ask about everyone else's plans, but I also need to get my percentage up. So.
Yeah, this is your moment, Izzy.
Yeah.
Seize it.
We need to do that. What's that game? It's like a Radio 4 game, you know, where you talk for a minute on your chosen
Just a
subject.
minute.
Just, oh, duh. What is it? No repetition.
No
No
hesitation.
hesitation. No deviation. That would help us reach our target.
Go on then.
Okay.
Can we give you a
choose me
topic?
subject.
Yeah, we do need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puffins.
Puffins, yes. Okay, so puffins are just the coolest birds ever. They are very funny. They're known as the clowns of the sea because they just look hilarious whatever they're doing. And they make like a little chuckly sound. They go, and they live in little burrows, which is awesome. They're birds that live underground. And the first time that the chicks, pufflings, come out of the burrows, I've probably repeated a lot anyway. The first time that the pufflings come out of they go straight into the sea under cover of darkness so that the gannets don't eat them. Fact. And when puffins are finished raising their babies, they head out to the sea, and each of them follows their own little migration route, separate from everyone else, all the other birds that they know. And somehow, miraculously, they come back in and they find each other the next year. I think that's everything I know about puffins. And they can hold up to, like, 8 fish in their beaks. Their beaks open massively wide so that they can hold lots of fish.
Whoa.
Amazing.
What fish do they eat?
Don't know.
Little ones.
Herring? Would it be herring? I don't know.
Off Scotland. Not the
They're
ones
just so
from your
great.
garden in Manchester. Let's hope.
Yeah.
Puffins in
Goldfish.
Manchester.
Imagine. That'd be amazing.
We saw puffins in Northumberland last summer.
Ah,
Yeah.
I need to try and do that trip again because the last time we went was the time that it had rained a lot. So this is the Farne Islands, isn't it? It rained an awful lot, so we couldn't land on Puffin Island. So we landed on Tern Island instead. And then literally no one had warned us that terns are very territorial. And so if you were going on the tern trip, you would be told to like wear a hat and bring like literally an umbrella because they attack the highest point on you. Anyway, so no one told us this. So we literally stepped off the boat and got like just attacked by terns. And my mum actually got a really bad peck to her head and she was like bleeding from her head. So we just spent the whole trip just like with my mum looking like she sort of murdered someone. And we never saw any puffins because we'd landed on Tern Island. And all we could do was like...
Those
it was
poor
complete failure of a
terns.
trip.
Sorry, obviously poor mum.
Yeah.
But like, why do they send people to the
Yeah.
island?
They were really stressed because that's it. They nest like right next to the path. So as soon as you get off the boat, you're like walking right next to their
In their
nest. So no wonder they're a bit
Mm.
anxious. Yeah. But yeah,
Outrageous.
very sharp beaks. That's all I know about them.
When we went on that Farne Isles trip, we took my mum's dog, and she just like the whole time she was just like I think she literally sat on my lap like shaking. She just, like,
When we
That's
went,
funny
we had
because some
my
dogs
dad.
love them.
Yeah. We had my dad's dog and we landed on Puffin Island, but it was the last day that they were doing the boat trips of the whole season, so there was nothing there. Yeah, and the dog isn't allowed on, and I hadn't realised that, and so we had to tie her to the mast, and he was like, "Oh, it's fine, because you go on land for like an hour." So it's fine, we'll look after her. I thought they meant they'd stay there, but then the boat left, and we just saw her going because they went to another island. I felt so bad because she looks like a stray anyway. She looks so pathetic, and she was just there like shivering on the deck by herself. It was really sad. I know. And then we couldn't enjoy Puffin Island because there weren't any puffins, and also I felt like my dog hated us.
This is the thing; they're elusive little puffins, aren't they?
We didn't go to Puffin Isles, but we did see lots like flying and Swimming. You know when
They're just so cute. Yeah.
They are really sweet, aren't they? We saw
And I
loads.
love that, like, when they land with their feet out and they still, like, fall over.
Yeah.
They're so
I
stupid.
always thought they were bigger as well. You know, when you're a child and you see
Yeah.
pictures of them, like, I think
Yeah.
partly maybe because of the beak, I don't know, but I always thought they were, like, much larger than they are. And then when I first saw one, I was like, oh.
How
they're
big
so
are they?
cute. They're
Like-
they're- well, I found a dead one once and it was that big.
Like 20 centimeters, like tiny.
They are small.
Oh my gosh. I thought they were kind of like
Penguins.
40, 50 centimeters
Yeah.
tall.
No.
So did I, Callum. Maybe we just have dwarf puffins here.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe it is the association with penguins, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the image I had in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's when you see the pictures of them with the fish in their beak, because I think I assumed a certain size of fish, just so I assumed they were bigger, but the fish were clearly small, because
Yeah.
I thought the fish were like this big, but they're not.
Well, I should really speak a lot more.
Yeah, come on, Callum.
I'm a
Do you want
whole
a just a minute topic?
10 percentage.
Can you do it just a
Callum.
minute on your beard, Callum?
On my beard? A whole minute?
Yeah.
It's not really
No
much to
repetition.
There is lots to
Hesitation.
say.
Go for it.
say. This is my beard. I don't really do a lot to it. Just like shave bits of it every now and then.
Lies. You had all your
Oil
fancy
it
beard
sometimes.
stuff when you came to stay. Tell us about that.
What?
You had some special, smelly, nice stuff that you said you'd
Did
done
you?
your beard with.
Did I?
All your hair. Something
He's
hairy.
so angry with you right now, Lucy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're too small on my screen for me to realise. Sorry.
It's true, and also it's all beard.
Yeah, it just kind of looks after itself, to be honest. Yeah,
Your minute's not up.
that's not a very good topic. So
Oh yeah, it's the topic's fault. Right. Okay.
Talk about your aspirations for your beard. Where do you see it going?
my aspiration. Well, I'd like for it to get quite long, so I can stroke it like this. But it doesn't seem to get any longer than this, which is quite sad.
Would you consider being Santa at Christmas?
I'd have to put on a fat suit, but I guess maybe.
Could be a good gig though.
Yeah, could be.
Oh, memories.
It's funny though, because my brother was growing a lockdown beard, and then I forget what he was doing. It was some kind of professional exam interview, and he decided to shave it off because he didn't think it would be a good impression if he went in beardy.
What you
Yeah,
say about
Callum,
Callum?
don't look professional
Yeah,
enough.
no, that's what I was going to ask Callum. Do you feel that like people perceive you differently when you've got a beard?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I looked. I think I looked a lot younger than I was when I didn't have a beard. So
Okay.
I think it does me more good than it does bad. Yeah.
That's how I feel when I get ID'd when I'm wearing a mask. I'm like, this bit of my face must be the old looking bit. Happens every time now.
Lucy's off.
Lucy's had enough.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye, Lucy.
Well, her percentage is going to go right down.
Sorry, it was just like someone seemed to appear
You're right, Lucy.
Yeah, someone appeared on my drive and then I tried to go and see and I realised I'm plugged in with lots of wires.
Who is it?
I don't know, like the lights just, we have to, they've all come on, but I can't quite see, so.
Ah,
Oh, hang on.
mysterious.
Is Duncan home?
Oh,
Can you hear?
Is this the actual twist?
silly thing.
Is this the twist of the show? Someone's turned up on... No, I'm not going to scare
Wait,
you.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past them.
Someone's actually been monitoring you with binoculars all this time.
That's terrifying, Callum. That's how the little blue tips and badges feel.
Oh yeah, we're being watched.
Oh yeah.
Roz is stalking us.
Only
like
because
how
I
we-
want to be your friend.
We started this conversation talking about us surveying other That's
Yeah.
atrocious.
Callum, my thing temporarily stopped recording.
Oh, we just
We're not
run
going
out
again.
of we just
Yeah.
finished. That's an
Okay.
hour. We're done.
Oh, brilliant.
How did we do? I did terribly.
How did we do?
Looks like
I'm
you
not
did
far
pretty
off.
well.
Pretty well.
I think Ross wins.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I think I
nice one.
talk so I don't have to sit in silence. But actually, it's quite fun being forced into it.
Does it matter? My thing stopped recording like literally 1 minute before you said that. I plugged it back in though, but Logic had stopped, but Zoom was still going. And then I started
I
it
think that
again.
should be fine because
Is that okay?
Yeah, I'll have our
we
individual
stop it
audio
all now?
recordings from Zoom. Yeah.
To be fair, it's not like you were talking much, Lucy, at that point anyway.
No, I was trying to get my ratings down.
Okay, so we can hit stop.